All right, everybody, welcome back. Countercap TV. I'm Splash, or Alec, and Championship Sunday for Birmingham. It was nuts, had a great time, and we're going to get into it. But first, we'll talk about a few things. We had some monitor issues and input lag, and I think that was part of the reason we had a bunch of upsets of this event. More than we've had in a long time, maybe the most ever. I'm not sure about that, but I saw something to that degree on Twitter. Anyway, there was a whole lot of them, and I think the equipment had a lot to do with that. But we still had some great moments. As a spectator, I feel pretty good about this event. We got to see a lot of fun stuff between players and staff and all of that, and Recon did a good job of capturing some of it. Lightning Pandas and Complexity had some fun exchanges on Twitter. Doug getting up and roasting FaZe after he dropped 40 kills on them. The finger guns came back. Clay and Looney had a little run-in that was captured on Recon. Very fun. But let's dive in and break down this ridiculous set of games from both brackets, starting with winners. We've got Rise versus Splice. Rise took that 3-0, made it look pretty easy. Splice was super hot at this event, but just couldn't get it done at that particular game. OG versus LG was the other winners bracket matchup today, to start off the day anyway. And that was LG taking the series 3-2 over Optic. Optic played Valkyrie Hardpoint really well, but LG dominated that search on Valkyrie again. I think they took it 6-1. All in all, LG just clutched up when it mattered, and that's all there really was to that. Rise versus LG, very fun back and forth series. They were trading maps, but LG holds on 3-2, makes it to winners finals, punches their ticket. Rise versus LG, very fun back and forth series, trading maps for 4 games, and then LG clutching up, punching their ticket to grand finals. Rise headed to the losers bracket for the first time in a while. They lost their first series in 6 weeks to E United on Friday, and so we saw Rise slowing down a little bit, but they still looked pretty good. Heading back to the losers bracket, we had E6 versus Red. E6 took that 3-1. Red just looked not great this event. I think the equipment issues really got to them in particular. They didn't really care too much after they lost twice on Friday. They were just over it. They weren't looking forward to being back in losers bracket, and it showed today. They just had no motivation. EU versus Reckless. Reckless surprising a few people, taking that 3-0. A lot of people had E United picked to win that game, but Rec got hot and they did what they're supposed to do. They took the Flak Tower CTF 3-2, the closest game of that series. Yeah, Reckless just on an incredible streak all weekend. Ghost versus Unilad. Ghost 3-1, not much to say about that series. Another 3-1, Lightning Pandas versus Cyclone. Though Cyclone looked really good at the search, taking it 6-1. LP held on their hardpoint. CTF, the respawns, they just dominated. TK versus Reckless. Reckless took it 3-2, stunning TK. Like I said, Reckless got hot and then didn't stop. TK did take 2 maps off the back of Kenny, really. And he played well in all the other maps, but in the Search and Destroy especially, he just did not get any help. And you're not going to win the series off the strength of one guy. FaZe versus Lightning Pandas. Doug Sensor Martin going crazy, dropping 44 on map 4 to force a game 5. And then clutching up in game 5, playing huge, getting a 2-piece in the final round, and then forcing the bomb planter to stop the plant, trying to save the round, and then winning the gunfight against him later. Absolute huge plays from Dougie Fresh, and an entertaining matchup against his FaZe comrades. Echo Fox versus Ghost. Echo Fox took that 3-0, looking really strong with Nagafin in that game. Ghost is a good team. Echo Fox just caught fire. Echo Fox really looked motivated to make it a deep run this weekend, but unfortunately, they ran into the train that was Reckless, who took their series 3-2. Very close games, very fun series, but ultimately, Reckless coming out on top. E6 versus Envy. Envy took that 3-2. Much closer games than I expected. I thought Envy was going to run away with that series, but E6 surprised me. They just didn't have enough to get it done. Envy taking that 3-2, heading to play Lightning Pandas. Temp versus Censor, the storylines were insane, and while Lightning Pandas did take a 2-1 lead after Royalty pretty much stopped the entire Envy roster in double overtime of Game 3, Envy came storming back, did what they needed to do, really proved that they have what it takes to win these events. They clutched up in a very dire situation, got the job done. We also had Splice versus Reckless. Splice took that 3-0. Reckless just running out of steam. Splice was very hot this weekend. And Reckless, as well as they played, it just looked like they were outmatched in this game. Bance and company didn't look like they were going to slip up at all. They knew what they wanted to do, and they came in, set the tone, 3-0, saying, Optic, Envy, whoever wins your series, we're ready. And ready were they after Optic beat Envy 3-1 in a series that didn't seem too hard. Optic really got it done pretty easily. Splice took it 3-2 from underneath them. Crim played unreal, but Splice clutching up round 11, game 5. Bance back on top, looking completely in form. That leaves us with Splice versus Rise Nation. I did miss most of the games of that series. I did see the CTF. Very fun games, very close matchup. Splice just riding the momentum of the weekend, able to get it done. Taking a visit to Grand Finals to go see LG. And what a series that was. Splice riding the momentum of the weekend. Just looked like they were everywhere on every map. 3-1 win. Reset the bracket, but LG making it look just as easy in the next series. They took it home 3-1. Playing completely different in that second series, that second best of 5. Looking like a completely different team, and John was named the event MVP after not having a good performance at ATL. I think he had something like a 0.8 KD from that event or something like that. But he turns it around, gets his team back on top, and LG takes home their first championship in quite some time. 4 guys who've been trying to get it done all year, some very close placings, some games against Rise that didn't really work out in their favor. They finally get the revenge, and they claim a championship for their efforts. GG's, LG, congratulations on your championship. And to everyone else, I hope you enjoyed watching the event this weekend. I hope I was able to catch you up if you did miss it. Don't forget to rotate back next week for Stage 1 coverage. I'll be bringing my predictions on Monday, some in-depth coverage throughout the week, maybe even a podcast on Thursday, just depending on how schedules line up. I'll have a pretty fun guest on that if it does work out, so please keep checking back in. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. I promise this channel is just going to be skyrocketing over the next couple of weeks, and I cannot wait. I'm in love with Call of Duty once again, and it's a great time, and you guys are showing a lot of love to the channel. I appreciate you. That's all I've got for today. I'll see you next week. Peace.